Welcome, Japan.
Welcome to another edition of Why Come Japan. I'm your host, Mr. Radrey, where I interview creatives here in Japan or outside of Japan, people who do creative things. And today on my show is Mr. Explorer Nick. How you doing today, Nick?
I am great. How are you?
Good for the most part. So Nick has, how would you explain it? Where would I even start with this? Nick has been, you've had quite a story.
Doing a travel vlog. Doing like a travel vlog on YouTube, and then doing nampa, as you say in Japanese, right? Or pickup. Like travel pickup videos. Yeah.
I see. Are you under the? Okay, I hope you don't mind the question. You're not under the influence of something right now, are you? You seem a little rather laid back.
No.
No. Okay. All right. Okay. This is
I just like to wear shades inside because it helps. It helps like when I'm working along my computer. You know, my eyes don't get as tired.
Right. I got it. All right. Yeah. So the best way I could explain it is what you are making. How do you even start? You were on the news. I guess I can start at that point.
Yeah, sure.
You were on the news and you blew up. You had a viral story. Can we say that?
Viral.
Can I say that?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I mean, you know, I blew up in the Taiwan news. It was a media storm. Yeah, it was kind of like a narrative, so it kind of is like a story in that sense.
Well, the reason why I want to have you on the show, because actually I thought what you were doing, I mean, like what David Bond put on, the guy who, I guess I should explain this. You would describe yourself as a pickup artist on the internet? Is that what you do?
No, I wouldn't describe myself as like a pickup artist per se, but I do pick up, you know, and like, so I wouldn't say I learn, but I go out and pick up girls, and then you learn from that itself. But there are a lot of people that do learn like pickup, you know, and people that teach pickup. But I guess you could say, in a sense, I'm in that community. Yeah, for sure. Like I hang out with guys that do pickup, and I love to spend a lot of my time just meeting girls. So like whether that's Tinder or clubbing or
basically
shopping.
So you record your experiences live, or not live, I guess, pre-recorded on YouTube.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that's right. Like vlogging my life and following. Yeah.
Gotcha. So recently, through a series of videos, you're good friends with another YouTuber. You want to be called YouTuber? What's the handle you want to be called? Are any of those good?
Pickup artist YouTuber.
That's what I just said.
I'm joking.
That's okay.
No, I'm joking.
That's fine. One of the others, okay.
Whatever. But yeah, you can say that. That's fine. You can say YouTuber. You can say pickup artist. Like, it doesn't really bother me. I mean, essentially, if you want to, I don't know if there's a definition, but pickup artist just means someone that does pick up. And obviously, there's varying degrees of.
Right. So, like, what I was trying to say here is that I was really interested in the story. Yeah. Because the story is with you and another YouTuber, I guess another pickup artist channel, David Bond. I guess I see him in the chat here right now. Hey, David, how's it going? I mean, I've never actually officially met you, but basically he had this idea of pretty much trolling the entire Taiwanese news, right?
Yeah, it's great. But yeah, no. So I made the news.
Right.
Pretty much, you know, triggered a lot of people in Taiwan.
Right. Because you and David Bond, you kind of set up all this like fake information just to take for the internet to take as bait to like push this entire narrative of like, hey, this guy thinks that Taiwan girls are easy, and hey, you can sign up for my premium package where you can see my videos here. So I got to ask, did you feel nervous about any of this?
I don't know. Not really in the beginning, no. To be honest, no. I mean, it's it's kind of cool, you know. I mean, it's like
Oh yeah, no. I
it,
totally get it.
it's not like a normal thing to do or to experience. So it
Right.
does bring with it a lot of emotions, but it is kind of cool to understand and to be on the side of fake news and
What's the appeal of
to
being on the side of fake
purposely
news?
trigger, although that's not what I want to do all the time, but sometimes it's fun and it's interesting to see social dynamics in action, and it's interesting to see how very sensitive and SJW today's culture is basically.
So what I really like about all this is that it's sort of like you're trying to like show that less people actually care about the truth and more people just care about their emotions. Did you get that same sort of feeling that you because like what I get out of this is that I feel like more people should be watching this, watching these series of videos that David Mon produced that you were strongly a part of.
Right.
Do you
Yeah,
agree with that?
yeah, of course. Yeah, people go with their emotions, not facts, and people go with these little tidbits of information, like a photograph of you being spotted somewhere, and because it looks candid and it's like, oh, there he is in 7-Eleven, kind of makes them feel like you're this villain or this bad guy or this character. It's really weird, you know. It's like why do they like feel that way? It's just a picture of a person in a room, but because they already have this narrative about who you are and this in their mind, it looks more like terrifying for them or whatever it is. Or
Right. Right. Like
also,
what I get from it is like basically these kind of internet mobs, these kind of crazy, angry internet mobs. It's just that usually a lot of them they need some form of stress relief, and their only like real form of stress relief is to like uh to become part of like this internet mob to attack the said person, right? To be attack you, quote unquote.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, so they like to they like to they like to attack for sure. And I am banned from Bangkok, Taiwan, and North Korea.
Yeah, I think a
Although
lot of people are banned from North Korea, so I think you're
yeah, although North Korea is probably the next country I'm going to, I will just say that.
okay. All right. I wonder if it's hard to get in there right now.
Um,
Do you know anything about
well,
that, or have
once
you
I'm
looked into it?
in, once I'm
What?
in, I'll just do some GoPro shoes, and I'll just have like the GoPro on my hat, but I'll like
Hmm.
kind of make it out to be like this is the design of my hat, and I'll be like, don't worry, I'm literally just here with this cool hat. That's it. And then I'll start approaching girls. And I think I'll start with some of those. There's like police. There's like you have those like police women or traffic cops or whatever in North Korea. They look really hot. If anyone's ever seen photos,
I mean, the female ones, of course, right?
yeah, there's traffic cops or traffic,
Okay.
traffic girls in Korea, North Korea,
Uh-huh.
pretty hot. Some
So, so in that series of videos, which I think is criminally not watched, I don't know. Would you want something like this to go viral, or do you think somebody like uh David himself like feels like this shouldn't be a viral thing? It should just be something between friends.
Oh, you mean the uh
Like the story about how less people care about the truth and more people care about their emotions.
yeah, no, I mean, we just think it's like a fun video, and David wants to kind of document it and make a vlog about it. And yeah, so I feel like yeah, it's something that I imagine David wants to spread. I'm not entirely sure, but personally,
I should get David on here.
yeah, yeah. I mean, he's a little busy right now, I think, but if he's free, I'm sure he will come on.
Right.
But yeah, I feel the same way. Like, yeah, it should be kind of spread and whatever. But I mean,
So
if
for a
people
little
like to read this story and share it, then they should.
Okay, so for a little context, D in the chat's asking, "What is the truth?" He has no idea what's going on. So for a little background, what happened was is Nick did this I wanted to just I could call it a huge like a worldwide or just a nationwide of Taiwan troll where he just pretty much set everything up to like saying, hey, where like David Bond was saying in the series of videos that every culture has its one sensitive topic, right? And the one thing that in Taiwan that their sensitive topic is that you can't really say that Taiwan girls are easy. And like it's a real quote unquote, if you don't mind the word trigger for them. Some people hate that word. I think you love that word, right? Right, Nick?
Yeah, it's a funny word.
Yeah. I mean, it's only seemed to be like a real thing that's last couple of years that's become part of the English lexicon. Anyway,
Yeah.
so basically you made a bunch of like you took a bunch of fake photos, set up like staged a bunch of fake meetups. Well, I guess some of them were quote unquote legit, right?
Oh no, none were fake. Yeah, none were fake.
So they weren't staged. Those meetups were all the real thing.
Oh yeah, sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. All right. So you made you staged all these like kind of like these fake pictures, but the meetups are real.
Oh, yeah, no. So just to clarify that, yeah, no, the pickup stuff is real. They're real girls, and I'm really talking to them. Like,
Right.
it's not like planned or anything. And
Right.
the the videos are all real. It's just my dates. That's it. Then
Right.
the stuff that was like staged is like, oh, I was in this location at this date on this date, right? And
Mm-hmm.
then and it was just fake. It was just recorded fake. It was like, oh, today is the 6th, but it was actually the 10th. The video was released.
Right. And that's when you and David you made the fake live stream.
Yeah, like the
And
fake live stream, that kind of stuff.
I
Yeah, there's
thought
a
that
lot.
was clever, by the way.
Yeah,
Very clever.
yeah, very clever, right? How he did that. But yeah, there's a lot of like fake planting of information, like fake hotel, that kind of stuff. The fake
And
timing.
and so like the title of these series of videos is called Triggering for Fun and Profit. Is that right?
For David's videos, yeah.
Okay. What I found interesting is that the profit part. What do you think it is that makes people want to join your website after something goes viral? I mean, like maybe you could call it like the Logan Paul effect. Remember, you know about this shit, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
Like
actually,
he got hundreds and hundreds upon subs, just because he filmed some dead body in the
oh yeah,
suicide forest.
yeah. I remember that. I felt strongly about that.
How describe that strong feeling?
So I was like,
Does it like give you an erection that kind of strong or what?
um,
If you don't mind me saying that, I'm not trying to be condescending.
that's fine, that's fine. So when I saw that video, Logan Paul,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
um,
it's still on Live Leak. You can watch it if you
coming
want.
around Japan, and it's like it's all about the respect. I really liked his video because although, yeah, sure, he pissed off a few people, not that many, I don't think, but like it kind of brings about like a message about like foreigners and their obsession with Asian culture and foreigners that live in Asia, like thinking they know about the culture and that makes them like exalted and caring like a lot about like the culture and knowing about the culture. So it's very common, like an expat in Japan would say something like, "Oh, in Japan, you can't do that because you got to be respectful. Because it's Japan. Japanese people are very respectful. You need to be more respectful in Japan." Whereas if that same person was in Italy, they probably would say, "Oh, it's Italy. They're probably like chill, you know." But oh, it's Japan. You have to be respectful. So it's like it's all about the respect. So I didn't personally like.
So you're the idea that these rules exist only in Japan kind of fascinates you. Would you say that?
Kinda, yeah. Because some of the rules are kinda weird.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no. I know what you mean. I mean, I live here right now. I mean, the show's fucking called Why Come Japan? So
Some of the rules are kind of weird, and
you getting a beer or something? What are you doing?
Yeah. Shit. I'm just
Okay.
plugging in my electronics.
Oh, okay. All right. Oh, so your computer doesn't lose battery.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's at like 20%, which to be honest,
Gotcha.
it's not great, you know.
Well, streaming eats up a lot of battery. That's true.
Well, it's not so much that. It's just like a lot of my stuff wasn't charged.
Mm-hmm.
My phone or my computer.
Right. Yeah, so what I was getting at is that the whole Logan Paul thing, a lot of people like went to Logan Paul's page and they subscribed to him. They found the whole world pretty much knew a lot more about who Logan Paul was after, that incident. So obviously you must have thought about this a little bit while, because I was thinking when I was watching the video, I'm like, how the hell are they going to make profit out of this? And then I realized is that, oh, wait, you have a series where you have a sign-up page, right?
Yeah.
So why do you think people want to, sign up for this? What do you think? Like, would you want, like, if let's pretend you're not you and you just randomly saw yourself on here, I mean, rhetorically speaking, would you want to sign up for something like this?
Personally,
like, donate some money for this?
Personally, no, because
Okay.
I never really spent money on learning pickup, on paying for like porn.
Wait. What? Something porn? What?
Huh?
What did you
No,
say?
I said I never spent money on learning.
Oh, you never spend money on learning, and you never spend money on porn. Okay.
Yeah, so of
You want to
course.
spend money on this, is what you're saying.
Well, I never really went to the movies that much, so I didn't
Okay.
really buy like movies. So probably I wouldn't personally, just because I don't want to film. I mean, I don't want to like necessarily like pay to see pickup, but I know that a lot of people want to because they want to live through your shoes and see through your
So the
your
vicarious experience.
yeah, essentially. But also just people that are interested in it. Now, of course, I watch it, so don't get me wrong. I watch a lot of that kind of stuff on YouTube, but I just
But you'd
wouldn't.
never sign up for it.
Not
Right.
never, but I just likely wouldn't. In the same way, like I wouldn't sign up to pay for a pickup course online, but I will go and do pickup.
Right.
But I guess at the end of the day, I'm bringing that footage and that creation, so I'm providing that as opposed to consuming it in a way, if you get me. So
No, yeah, I totally get you. But I mean, would you say, because like what I can understand about the appeal is that it's, I mean, like at the timing of like when you hit the news, I mean, the video explains how you got so many signups after that, that after like the news cycle hit like the papers and the internet and all that bullshit. My question here is, what do you think people see it as kind of like a car accident? Like you don't really want to stare. I mean, you don't really want to stare, but you really want to see it. Do you think it was kind of that kind of experience? Why you had all those signups?
I mean, like, I feel like, yeah, there was a good amount of signups, of course. I feel like the traffic was very fast.
No,
and,
yeah. I mean, well,
hard.
once you make viral,
Yeah, it was very quick and hard and like a wave and then like a pulse and then it kind of slowed down. But yeah, it's been good and in the initial wave it was very good. But yeah, I would say that viral definitely works and you gotta understand like when you're in a news article that's getting hundreds of thousands of clicks in hours, of course, your stuff's going to get watched very fast. And if the marketing's good, then people are going to buy.
Right.
That traffic will convert. And if there's a lot of traffic, that means a lot of sales, it means a lot of money. Pretty
Yeah, I
much.
guess technically you're putting your name out there, so I guess it's putting any name out there, I guess is originally going to give traffic.
Right.
So as I said before, I mean, like in the video series I keep talking about, I'll put it down in the links below after this interview is over, so people know what we're talking about. I mean, a part of me, what really interests me about this 8-episode series, I mean, I guess I should explain it. Yeah, it talks about how David Bond sets up you as the kind of the prodigy. I don't know what's the word.
Did,
The
did he say
experiment.
that?
I don't know. I don't even remember the experiment. I think I read it in some news outlet. What's great about all this news stuff is
Yeah, they kind of.
the great thing about all this new stuff is nobody figured out that it was a troll. I'm like, how does nobody figure this out? Because like nobody cares, you know?
Yeah.
That's why I feel like it's so criminal that nobody wants to actually know the truth.
Yeah. No, it's funny. No one does. Like, no one cares about the truth. No one really cares about the apology. No one really cares about any of that. They want the narrative. So as soon as you're there in that narrative, they want to keep seeing that. So even if you give them truth, they'll deny it, or they'll ignore it, or they'll twist it so it means something different, or
Right.
or they'll just they just want to focus on it, or they'll try to look at something else, change the subject.
Right, because I found that apology video completely legit. I'm like, what is he doing? You know? But then it's like, I was watching it. I'm like watching the series. I'm like, oh, that's clever. Because like when what's his name, Logan Paul, when he made the apology video, that went viral too. So I'm like, oh, it's all part of the plan.
Yeah, but it did make a few big articles, to be honest, but it didn't do that much.
What were you expecting?
A second media wave with the Taiwanese media in Taiwanese, but they
That way,
didn't.
it would have brought more people to your page.
Oh, sure, yeah, but
Hmm.
it only went to a couple of like
That's
big,
interesting.
like the Shanghai is so Taiwannews.com, big like Western, it's English media.
Okay.
So, yeah, so essentially, I missed out on a second wave. It would have been good if there was like, because they want that narrative, they want the apology. It like finishes the story, but
Right. So I guess my question here now is that if you had another chance to do it, how would you escalate it differently?
um, well, how would I do it differently? Yeah, just more pickup. The thing is, I don't think it was necessary to do the fake racism and the like overly triggering like ignorance to like sensitive political topics like the Taiwan China thing. I
Hmm.
don't think I need to like play dumb with that kind of stuff and do like weird things like that to trigger. I
Hmm.
think it was fun and it was good to experiment with, but I don't think it's necessary. What really triggers is the narrative of a white guy in Asia with Asian girls or with innocent Asian girls. So it's about, people are very identified against that stereotype, that a lot of white guys are coming here and seeing Asian girls, or a lot of Asian girls hooking up with white guys, and that they might be easy or whatever. So
Hmm.
yeah, I feel like more pickup, and same really, more pickup though.
So just more of the same. You
Yeah,
just
but
try to
less
you
of the like trying to trigger, but more of just pick up and just like
more
maybe
videos of you
travel.
picking up chicks.
Yeah, just hanging out with girls, just kicking it.
You think that would be a better way for people to get angry because they don't
I'm
like
not
seeing
saying
more
it's a
people?
better way. I just think that the
Because I mean
other
that's
side.
that's kind of the point. You have to get them angry, otherwise the story's not going to be pushed.
Well, that's the story. That's the narrative they like to run with. That's what they like to really focus on. So that's what made money. But then when it was like, oh, fake apology, they didn't really care about that specifically. They were more like, oh, we wanted the whole white guy comes here and he's picking up girls kind of thing.
What is it? D brings up a good comment here. He says, well, "How about your reputation? Do you worry about that at all, or not at all? Not
Where did
you
you
don't
say
even
that?
think about it. Like being known as, oh, you were that guy.
Uh,
You know, opposed to like, because not enough people actually know that this thing was a troll.
I don't care. I mean,
You really
whatever.
don't care.
The thing is, like,
It's just wherever life will take you.
I used to no, it's not that. I used to care, but the reality is there's enough people in the world and enough like chances of things of interactions happening that it's going to be extremely rare that anyone connected to any of this will interact with me that much in certain areas of my life where I might be a bit like I don't want to, but I think it's just going to be rare anyway, to be honest. And yeah, as far as like reputation, like I just don't really care that much anyway. Like, and
So you're
yeah,
kind of at this. So you're at this point in your life where like, yeah, fuck it.
I just don't think it's as impactful as people think. I just don't think the reputation thing's as big of a deal. Actually, that's the thing. It's not like I'm dealing with a bad reputation and I'm just okay with it. It's like I
Right.
don't think it actually affects your life that much. Like, I mean, hell, like you could say I've blown up in Taiwan and I'm very famous in Taiwan. I'm in the Shanghaiest and blah blah blah. But like I've hooked up with different um, a few different girls from different countries recently, mostly Tinder, and they none of them have known like about me.
Oh, right. Because none of them probably read the English news. Because you mostly just hit the English news. I mean, outside of Taiwan, right?
Yeah. So I'm talking like Chinese girls and stuff, but you know, so
So your attitude's kind of just like, what ifs, right? Can I say that?
I just don't feel like it's something that well, it doesn't. I mean, a little bit, but it's. I don't feel like it caring about that is as important as most people would think. So it's not as much I'm being blasé. It's more. I don't feel like not caring about that leads to such a bad thing.
So wait, you're saying that if you cared about it, it would lead to a bad thing. Is that what you're saying?
I just don't think it's as big of a deal.
Okay, you just don't think it's a big deal. Okay. So D asks a good question here. You don't have to answer this if you don't want to. I mean, I wouldn't answer this, but what does your family think of all this? You don't have to answer that if you don't want to.
Uh, yeah, I mean, it's not what
Do
they
they
would.
know about any of this or no? They're like, yeah,
Yeah,
whatever.
it's not
They
what
do? Oh shit.
it's not what they would do, but they're okay.
Explorer Nick Raw. They're okay with it. They're like, Nick, what are you doing? Oh, Nick.
It's not something that.
Like, when did you become an explorer, Nick? You on your YouTube channel, you weren't always an explorer, right? Or you always an explorer? I don't remember it being Explorer Nick. I remember like Nick's life in Japan, something really
No,
mundane.
it was Explorer Nick from the
It's always
start.
Explorer Nick. Okay, I guess
Yeah,
my memory
yeah,
fails me. I suppose
yeah. It's just I was exploring forests in Japan. You know,
you weren't exploring forests in Japan. Would you do
no,
something like that if you came back? Probably it's all locked down now.
no.
Maybe not. Who knows?
I mean, no. Like I was recording like forests in Japan and parties and stuff,
Hmm.
and then I decided to do more pickup stuff, pretty much. But pickup with travel, hey, why not?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, the two and two mix pretty well. I mean, that's one thing I would look into. I mean, especially if I was traveling somewhere, I'd want somebody to show me around. So I totally get that part of it. Okay, so here's a kind of a philosophical question from D. He asks, so what sort of meaning do you get out of all this aside from the money?
Well, I like travel, so that's perfect.
Just travel?
And
Okay.
it's amazing. It's fun. It's just good to move about
Right. I
and
mean, part of what
experience.
I like about travel is that it makes you, think differently all the time.
Yeah, it's just and your environment's different, so your externals are different, so you can think differently, exactly. But also, you're just like feeling good because you're in a different place, and
Right, right.
also I like girls a lot, so great.
Really?
Neil or
I'm joking. Joking.
Yeah.
What do you think that is the thrill of triggering people for you? What makes this so thrilling?
I feel like it's funny. It's kind of like, oh man, these people are SJWs, and then they get offended, and it's funny to see them offended. Like this one time, I was picking up a girl, and I went back to David, and I was like, oh, I hate it when they're like too innocent, or not like they're too innocent, but they're not very flirty and sassy and kind of confident, and they're a bit like cold, or they're too shy or something. And
Right.
sometimes you can win those girls over, but sometimes you can't, and they're just like, or they're just not flirty. They're just not fun. So it's just like whatever.
So
But
that's interesting.
so I was telling David about this, and then I went and did another approach of a more open girl, like a bit more fun and flirty, and that went well. That went well, right? But he came up and he told me after I approached the second girl, hey, you know when we were talking about the first girl you approached on the train? This old white lady just came up to me and was like, hey, what are you, his teacher or what? And David's like, well, sometimes. And she was like, well, it's not the way to go, man. It's not cool.
What? Why is she being so judgy?
Well, she's triggered by the fact that me and David were talking about like picking up a girl and picking up girls like on trains in the street. Or just how we were talking about, you know, how like David was talking about like how he should pick up this girl, or well, I don't know what we were talking about specifically. It was something about approaching girls, but yeah, being flirty when approaching girls. Yeah.
So basically, you would say you do it for the stimulation. Because it also works in for you for pickup as well, because you feel like this triggering thing, it really
sure.
It gets a response out of people.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. And I've always liked pickup, but I went away from it for a few years. So when I was like 19 to about 23 or 2 or something, I did a lot of pickup. I was a part of Japanlair.com, big underground pickup website.
Is that website still around? Japanlair? I mean, I was on there too.
Yeah, it's weird though. Like, I don't understand it. Like, it supposedly has a new admin or something, but I don't understand it because it says new Japanlair now, sign up. And I signed up, trying to sign up with my old credentials, but just trying to sign up. Like,
you're having some difficulty.
And it didn't work. Like, you know, for some reason, I guess. So.
Okay, so like for some context for the people who are watching right now, Japanlair was this kind of a forum where people could get together and share their kind of, I guess I say it officially, their social dynamics experience. Is that a nice way to say it? Their pickup experiences.
Hell yeah!
How they can help each other.
Yeah.
Is that the best way to define it?
Yeah, and then like what happened, how your experience went, yeah, how you can improve.
Okay. Yeah,
so,
no, that's.
I've always liked pickup, but then for years I liked it still, but I just didn't do it because I was in the UK. I was in like this boring place. I was in this small place. I was with different types of people, and you know it sucked. It sucked. I shouldn't have quit doing pickup at the time. Although
why?
My location sucked, so in a way I couldn't really do that much pickup.
Where was this location? Japan?
My university in Oxford.
Oh, I see. Pickup really sucked in Oxford.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I wouldn't know. I've never been there. I've never been in England.
Yeah, it's kind of a small town, so yeah, it kind of sucks, you know.
Kinda.
Yeah.
All right. So, what is the future of Explorer Nick? What can we expect to see as a future, not a few Explorer Nick signature video?
So next will be another few countries, and more
The new
content.
countries. North Korea, right?
Yeah, and then
Okay.
more bonus content being added to my current TaiwanGoesEasy.com. And
That's not really a trigger word, though, is it?
what do you mean? The website?
Because like the thing was, there was a really big trigger in Taiwan when you read "Taiwan girls are easy." Is that
Yeah.
also a big trigger in Thailand as well?
Oh, in Thailand it's not.
Oh, okay. Do you know what the triggers are? Just so I know how to avoid them or how to start them.
Here in Korea, but so for places like here, like and here and Taiwan, and maybe not China, maybe Hong Kong.
So you don't know what they are.
So for here, so for Korea and for Taiwan for sure, it's easy.
That's what you say. But what in Thailand? What's a big trigger thing? Do you know?
Oh, in
Like
Thailand?
religion or the military? I guess it would be the king, wouldn't it? Because you can't say bad shit about the king.
I
Should I not
mean,
even say this right now? Because I could get your stream, I get the stream banned.
well, it wouldn't really matter because none of us are in Thailand. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But
Well, I guess.
yeah. But anyway, I don't think that Thailand's easily triggered by words.
Okay. So not as easily as like Taiwan was.
No, definitely not. They don't really care. It's not the same. It's more like they're triggered by the fact that you're hooking up with all these girls and making them kind of public because they want to save face. So that's
Got
what
it.
it's.
Okay.
Yeah.
So basically, for the future of Explore Nick, we can just pretty much expect to see the same thing. Can I say that, or is it just the you're gonna do more of the same, or try something different with this whole troll thing, or what should I tell people?
No, it's not. I'm not just doing it to troll. I mean, I am doing it.
Okay. I mean, that troll was so much fun, especially the last episode. That was great.
It was
That was
fun.
gold.
And
It's so funny.
Yeah, for sure. To maintain a YouTube and to travel and make money and meet girls and obviously share those experiences with the kind of guys that want to see, pick up. They want to see travel.
Mm-hmm.
They want to live vicariously through this, or they just want to get a bit of entertainment. And whatever people think or people are told about it, well, that's what people think or people are told, but the facts are what I've either said or the reality of the situation, which is just a guy and a girl talking. The pickup is so demonized.
Okay. That answer seemed like it was all over the place. I'm not sure what to really make out of it.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically more of the same. Did I say that?
Just more pickup. More pickup.
All right. Okay. All right.
I guess that is
fine.
more of the same, but I mean, yeah, to be honest. Yeah.
Okay. D in the comment section asks, "Do you ever hit on older women, or how come you never hit on? Do you not hit on older women, or do you not like older women?
Not really.
What's too old for you, Nick? What can I say is too old?
40? Actually, I did hook up with a 43-year-old.
40? Over 50?
A 43-year-old Portuguese lady. She was I don't know what she was. She's a teacher or something, but she had a really good body. She was at the beach every day, and she was pretty young looking for her age. So it was fun, but I wouldn't girlfriend her. So, and I probably wouldn't rush to go and meet another 43-year-old again in a hurry. But it was good.
I like how this conversation just turned into you and this 43-year-old.
But I could, Obviously, it depends where I am, but if I'm in a place like in Asia where there's a lot
So
of
it depends on the situation.
I'll
If
go
she's
for
hot as fuck, then it's
yeah,
okay.
hell yeah, I'll go. But, I mean,
If she's like pushing 60, it's okay, right?
no, definitely not.
What if she like looks hot? What if she looks like fucking, I don't know,
I'm
who's a
not.
hot chick these days? I don't
Yeah,
know,
but I like
Megan Fox or something.
no, I doubt she. Yeah, but not at 60. I mean,
You never know. I don't know. Maybe.
oh well,
Well,
you sometimes hear about these like really rare occasions where there's like Korean girls that have a lot done to their appearance, and they're like 50, but they look like 15 or 20, not 15, but
really.
18.
According to a friend of mine, I guess he's not a friend, somebody I know, he's told me that pickup in Korea for white males is very hard. Is this true? Do you agree?
Yeah. So in Korea, it is hard. Yeah, for sure. They have a very big problem with um, sort of being quite oppressed and shy and quite conservative with their Christianity.
All right.
They're quite xenophobic and afraid of foreigners and sort of told that foreigners are bad. So they are a little bit like harder. They're not as they're not as like
So the answer I get, yes, it is. They are harder.
you should
I
know
should what?
that they are the hardest. Like
Really? You'd say they're the hardest in Asia?
probably, man. To be honest, yeah.
Okay. How many times have you been to Korea?
Once,
Once? Okay, I've never been there. I'd like to go one of these days.
yeah, Korea's good.
Is it? What do you recommend, Korea? What should I do there?
I would recommend going to Seoul and hitting on girls.
What you do best, right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So, can I ever expect to see a yeah, because you're Nick the Explorer. Can I ever expect to see a Dora the Explorer crossover video from you?
Uh,
I'm saying the only reason why I say this is because like every time I'd search your name when doing these questions and writing stuff up, like Dora the Explorer was the top hit all the time.
it's really funny you mentioned that because when I first started doing Explore Nick, and I had no traffic or anything or any sort of anything online, you'd search Explorer and it would come up Dora Explorer a lot, right? So then
Hmm.
when I would search Explorer Nick, I couldn't ever find my stuff. It would just be Dora Explorer, and then it was very hard for me to feel like my videos would get noticed because of that. But now, if you
Hmm.
search Explorer, it's very easy for my stuff to come up because of a lot of views and everything. So I
Hmm.
feel like maybe they feel the same way. Like, oh my god,
So we're never gonna see a crossover episode.
oh no way. I mean, it's funny. It's
You should
funny
like you should make a joke about it at some point.
how, maybe yeah, maybe it's funny how like polar opposite the two forms of entertainment are. Mine and Dora the Explorer.
I think it
Mine is
totally
very
should do it.
different. Huh?
I think you should totally do it.
Oh yeah. But it's just funny, like, yeah, that you search for one or the other, you're probably gonna see the other one pop up.
Exactly.
Maybe. I don't know.
Okay. Anything you want to say before we go?
Do you have any questions about pickup, meeting girls, that kind of thing?
Not really. I mean, I don't know if there's anything you want to tell us, I guess.
Um, I guess like just a few things. One would be some strategy advice, and
Okay.
another would be just kind of like an update on my life with girls because I don't really tell people much, but I think I'll give some people like some information on that. That's it really. So the first thing is one good way to meet girls is with Tinder.
Okay. I've heard this before. I've
Yeah.
heard of these things.
Yeah. So it just depends where you are though. Like Tinder in Japan's not really great. Tinder in Taiwan is good. Tinder in Thailand is good. Tinder in Indonesia is amazing.
Is it?
Yeah, it's ridiculously good. It's like
Good to know, I guess.
so easy to match really hot girls and so easy to get a ton of matches, and your chance of matching a hot girl is very high if you swipe right.
Really?
Yeah, so that's great. And then the other thing is just to keep it simple and just try to, your goal is just try to get the girl to meet you as soon as possible and, make it happen.
Okay. All right. I think we'll end on that note. Yeah. All right. I want to say I will put all the description to all the videos in the links below. If you want to check out, you really should check out that 8 video series.
Yeah,
1 to 7, 8 gets a little long where they do an interview with the hater. Yeah, so if you want to check that, all the stuff will be down in the description. I'll post it down there. You should, if you want to see something informative, I highly recommend it. You can follow Nick and his website in the description below if you want to sign up for it to see some of his sexcapades, so to say. Can I say that?
I mean, that's not what it is, but
okay. Well, what should I call it then? What should I call it?
Whatever you want to call it,
Sexcapades.
No,
Sexcapades.
I mean, whatever you want. Like, yeah.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, you can do that. I'm
You're not easily triggered, right?
I'm not gonna say that's what it is, but if you want to say that, you can say that for me. That's fine.
All right. So you can click on that down below. You can check out his links down below, and you can follow me on Twitter at Radrey. That's RADORII. And yeah, and of course, guys, we will see you next time.
Okay.
Bye.
Thank you.
Yep.